Evening, welcome to the Derby debrief from RamsTV. Derby County have bowed out of the EFL Trophy tonight. They've been beaten at home by Manchester City's Academy by 3-1. Carlos Borges with a hat-trick. David McGoldrick on the board for Derby in the first half. We'll bring you a reaction from Paul Warne and from Korey Smith in a moment or two. Former Rams captain Shaun Barker is alongside in the studio as always. Obviously disappointed to go out of the competition, Shaun, but Derby have bigger fish to fry. We all know that. Thoughts on tonight, firstly?
I thought you saw a exciting young set of players in Manchester City, a unique way of playing, a style of playing that is difficult to mark because of their movement, because of their system. I thought the first half we found it hard to get close to them and hard to deal with them, and they looked bright, especially in the wide areas. I thought the second half it started scrappy. There was lots of fouls, obviously lots of stoppages, but we just stopped them in the tracks a little bit and created enough chances in that second half to get more from the game. So I think the manager, the staff and everyone were disappointed not to get a result. But like you said, we've got bigger fish to fry this season. There was a good experience for some of the younger players. Great opportunity for the likes of Didsey and Smith to get match fitness, to really get up to speed, which is going to be so important that a full squad of fit players can manage to put in the performances that the manager wants this season.
More from Barks in a moment or two. Let's get some reaction from the head coach, though. Here's Paul Warne.
Disappointing first and foremost. You know, we set up to try and win. A bit disappointing first half. We went obviously the same system as we always play, 3-5-2, but it was causing problems down the left side because they set up as a 5-2-3. So we had to change it, put Quack's back one. So first half I wasn't best pleased. I just didn't think we got close, but we didn't get close and tackle, and it wasn't enough of a physical game for me. But then we changed the press second half time, and I thought we were a lot better second half. It was a bit more aggressive. We created enough chances to win the game, in fairness, and we got done with a quickest man in the world. Beat the line, no one's going to catch him, unfortunately, and then a goal late on when we had an opportunity to cross it. I thought Tomo was outstanding, by the way, but had an opportunity to cross it. We didn't. We lost it, and you know, good teams make you pay if you make mistakes. So that's sort of how I see it, really.
Obviously disappointed to go out of the competition, but how useful was tonight, big picture, looking at the players that you got minutes to and the players that you started for the first time in a while?
Yeah, well, that's the, you know, with playing again Friday and, you know, games all the time, it gives people opportunity, it gives us an opportunity as staff to see them, because obviously I haven't seen all the players play, so it gives us another opportunity to see them on the fringe and how we need to help them. So that was good. We didn't get any injuries. I know Knighty's a bit sore. That was my intention, was to play Knighty, Sibbs and Birdie 30 minutes each, trying to spread the load, because I don't want to carry any unnecessary fatigue into the weekend. The same with the strikers. So yeah, in that respect, it was good.
Scored from a set piece, pleased?
Yeah. Well, in fairness, Man City do concede off set pieces, so it wasn't exactly a classic set piece, but we also had another chance, you know, with Cash again. So he's getting more and more, you know, aggressive on set pieces, and we're going to get goals out of him definitely this season. So that was good as well. And on another day, you know, Dobbs had a good chance. I thought he was going to go down for a penalty, truth be told. He stayed on his feet, but probably didn't settle himself as quick. And then the move at the end where the diving header, I love a diving header goal. They should count as two for me. They're pure 80s. There's not enough of them. So that'd have been good, but obviously it's disappointing to lose. Like, I'm not trying to make humour out of it. It's disappointing to lose, but if you'd offered me injury free and take the group into Friday night, I might have took it. And the fact that Korey played, you know, Didsey played, get some minutes into all them, I take that as a real positive.
There's Paul Warne, and you'll hear from Korey Smith in a moment or two as well. Derby did create lots of chances, and hearing the head coach talk through them there, you sort of forget how many there were. Only managed to take one, David McGoldrick. Nice to have him back among the goals.
Yeah, starting a game, which is great, getting the minutes in, which is much needed, especially with how Paul wants to play, and getting a goal is always nice as well. He has little moments, doesn't he, that excite the fans. He has those little bits of intelligence, creative play. He can turn really well. In the second half, he started to find a few forward passes, one down the left-hand side. So getting his goal was great, but just having him around it, having that quality added to your squad makes a big difference.
And we can talk about systems, and it was interesting, it was entertaining the way that Manchester City play, but sometimes is it as simple as if you've got a really quick guy, he could do a lot of damage? Because Carlos Borges was the difference ultimately tonight, wasn't he?
He was. He had, I think, 4 chances, took 3. But he was always looking to play on the shoulder. Their style is that they build slowly through the pitch. The 2 centre forwards drop into almost a midfield position late on. They arrive quite late into that midfield spot. So it leaves the centre halves big decisions to make. Do they go tight? Do they go and press? Or do they stay off? And when they've gone in tight, it just allowed Borges, and I can't remember who it was on the right, Nice, I think it was, 1v1s in the wide areas. And when they've got pace, when you've got an ability to get past the player, so difficult to mark. And that's where he got in. He got in that left-hand side twice in the first half, took one of them. Loach made a good save for one of them. The second half, as soon as he steps through, you never doubted him. Electric over the 5-10 yards, quicker player as I've seen for a long time, but he had that composure as well, so he was the difference.
That night hit the post as well, of course. It wasn't as if City didn't have other chances. Did Derby learn any major lessons from tonight for you?
They should do. Some of the younger players found it difficult to really kind of stamp their authority in the game. I thought some of the senior players played well. I thought Stearman and Fozzie were solid at the back. Didsey having him about was obviously great, but you maybe have to adapt in the game, and I think Paul mentioned it there. They had to adapt at half time. Normally he'll set up in a certain way, and you can manage to stop most teams in possession with having 2 up front and pressing from the front and leaving a back 3. But the way that Manchester City played, it was difficult. So you learn something in every game. You might learn little bits about individuals. You might learn a little bit about the group as a team. There's enough in there for Paul, the staff, to look at, analyse and work out kind of what went well and what they can improve on. So another a good lesson for the players, another good lesson for the manager and the staff, but ultimately we're looking for the fixtures in the league to get us out of this league, and you learn something from every single game you see.
And let's get some more reaction from the camp. First start since August tonight for Korey Smith.
Yeah, it's been unfortunately been probably 6-7 weeks, so a lot longer than I expected. But yeah, it was nice to get back on the pitch and get the minutes in the leg. I think the legs, that was the most important thing for me tonight. Got a lot of games coming up, and hopefully that will help me going forward.
We'll come back to the game in a moment, but I wanted to ask about the injury, because I remember when it happened and we saw you straight afterwards, and it was, we think it'll be a week, 2 weeks maybe, and it turned into a little bit longer. Can you talk us through what happened?
Yeah, just the Peterborough game, obviously, when I came on, it was like 5 minutes after I came on. Obviously, I came on quite early in the second half. Went to turn and just pushed off underneath, and I just felt a big pop under my toe. Like the tendons under my toes just popped, and then the next day it was like really swollen. And then obviously I kind of expected, your toe, I'll be back in a week, I'll be back in 2 weeks, but it's hard when you can't push off, do you know what I mean? So it was really frustrating, because there isn't much rehab you can do for that particular injury. But I've been working with the physios and getting my fitness back in the last few weeks, getting back running, and it was just nice to obviously get back on the pitch on the weekend and get some more minutes today.
And things changed, of course, while you were out with the new head coach coming in. The man who tried to sign you over the summer, he's told us a couple of times already.
Yeah. I mean, we had a few conversations over the summer, and to be fair, we built a little relationship, in the summer, and he seems like a brilliant manager and a great man. So I've enjoyed his first few weeks here, and I'm really looking forward to working with him moving forward.
Back to tonight, what did you make of it? It's always a sort of a strange setup against the academy side, that they were tricky. Yeah,
listen, I can't lie, it's a very strange feeling, like when you're kind of first team playing against the young lads, do you know what I mean? Obviously it's kind of like a big cup final for them, and we're disappointed with the result, but we had a lot of chances, to be honest, and I know they play nice football, but I feel like when we miss those chances, it gives them the confidence, and they obviously broke a couple of times, and fair play to the boy. He got a hat trick. You know, he's absolutely rapid and scored a couple good goals. I think maybe if we took our chances, it could have been a different game, and they might not have had that confidence to carry on playing as much. But it's one of them, you know. A few of us got some minutes in the legs. You know, we have, like I said, we've got a lot of games coming up, and the most important thing for us is the league. We got a good result on the weekend, and we want to build from that. And we got a massive game Friday night, and lots of big games coming up. So, you know, I got some minutes in the legs. David McGoldrick, obviously, it was nice for him to be back out on the pitch. A lot of the young lads obviously got minutes, and everyone's going to be needed in these games. So I think that was the most important thing today.
Yeah, focus on the league is the cliche, but it's true, and it's a big game Friday.
Yeah, it's a massive game. Listen, Ipswich are obviously top team. They're sitting second in the table. Had a really good start to the season. So, you know, we want to go there and win the game. Start putting a run together of our own. So after a really good away result on Saturday, which I was buzzing to be a part of and get you know, half an hour out there. We're looking to build on that, and that's our focus.
Good to see you back out there.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
And that's Korey Smith. If you want more reaction to tonight's game, it'll be on the website dcfc.co.uk. We're back Friday for Derby's trip to Ipswich. See you then. Bye-bye.